All right, everyone, time to rock and roll. It is time for more The Infected. And let's start off with poking this guy right where he doesn't like it. There we go. And let's do the same to this guy because we are up for a very, very busy day. Now, it is day 11. It is November. We're still in fall. But before the end of this episode, we're going to be hitting winter. And we are by no means ready. Now, there's a whole lot of things that we actually want to do. I think by the logic of having found Mike up here, then the car down here or down there, I need to check which one of the two. I don't remember, but that's a good thing of actually recording what you play. So I think the advanced workbench and chemi station is going to be up there. But today, not today, but we're going to go out there to get that done. We need to get ready for the winter. So for the winter, one of the main things that we're going to need is a place that we can close off. And we're going to need ourselves a coal heater, which is here under placeables. I think under other. There we go. There we have a coal heater. You actually have a little door. Let's put you in the front just to pretend that we put you in the right order. So you need 10 screws and 10 iron ingots. Now, we don't have the ingots yet, but we'll get there. And you need 8 planks. All right, that's 5 of them. So at least then we have one room that we can already close off and actually heat up. There we go. Now, I put the cart in here with all the boxes. I'm just going to drop you guys off right now. I did not sort out my inventory yet. I literally just came back from our a long trip to downstairs. I mean, given the actual recording of that was a couple of days ago, but here in-game we just came back. So now I'm going to be putting you down here because I think, yes, exactly, you are full. And now we cannot move. I don't have an awful lot of space in my inventory. And that's because you already see that there's a couple of pans there. They're cargo pans, which are good for the summer, are not so good for the winter. And since it is fall, we already have the moments where it is actually cold. That's why I made them. I also made myself the winter jacket already. There we go. Let's have a quick peek. Can we look at ourselves? There we go. So we are wearing a winter jacket. And we're wearing ourselves snow pants because otherwise we do actually get cold. It is at 9:30 p.m. Our energy is a little bit down, so it is nearly time to take a nap as well. But before we're going to do that, let's pick up all of you. Can we? Almost. We have some space for ingots there. There we go. So now we can pick all of you up. Then you guys can go straight in there and melt. There we go. Now let me get this little bit of housekeeping out of the way. And then let's continue on because... as I said, we have a busy day. We need to get ourselves food. We need to go out and do some more fishing because we have no more fish left. Remember when I said that we needed to harvest all the fish before it was too late? Yeah, well, that kind of happened. So let's pick you up. Let's pick all of you guys up. We are now well encumbered. But I do have space here, so my pants can just sit in there for the moment. All right, there we go. Let's have a look. Can we... I think there is a bulk recipe somewhere along the line. Let's see when it pops up. There we go. That was it. So I take you out. There we go. That is bulk biofuel. 1, 2, 3. And that is one more. So now we've got 6 biofuels out of that, which is really, really cool. There, you guys go in there. And yeah, all of you as well. Beautiful. All right, so there we go. Now, I slept through the night. And there we have a real bad time straight away. All right, there you go, buddy. Please give me some aluminum ore. Clay. Now, I do think... there we go. We have some cooked meat on there. That is good. I will take you. And let's get ourselves a little bit of firewood in order to keep that campfire going. There, we've got one piece. That's all that we need. All right. Now, every time again when I log here in the game and we have that crack of thunder, I'm still in awe with it. I absolutely love the sounds here. I love a good thunderstorm in real life as well, so it kind of makes sense. And also inside our food box, we actually have quite a few things that are spoiled. Let me... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's one spare there. That is okay. Let me turn these 2 straight into biofuel. And then we're actually doing pretty well when it comes to the biofuel front. And that is good because we have a whole lot of miners or extractors going that we need to keep happy. Don't know exactly where I have it, but you 2 can sit right in there. I will take the nails. Now, I've got stuff a little bit everywhere, and I really do want to have a look that we get things sorted by the end of this episode. You just went through. You two are empty. Now, we needed 10 iron ingot ores. There we go. And we also needed 10 screws, which we have on us from our various adventures. All right, so let's get you ready. There we go. So now we can chuck a piece of coal in there, and it will nicely bring it up to 23 degrees. But we're still okay outside here. It is 17.2 degrees, 7.2. Yeah, but we have our jackets on, so we are absolutely fine on that front at the moment. All right, now with these two boxes empty except for the pants, let's have a quick look that we make ourselves a clothing rack. Because once we have the coal heater on, we actually do need to take off our clothing inside, because otherwise we do get too warm. Still have a little bit of water. There we go. Let's drink a little. Let's take that. And that is good for there. All right, so let's build ourselves implaceables in storage. There we go, clothing rack. And then let's have a look what you actually take. Right next to the door makes sense. All right, so I'm 2 screws short. I need 2 plastic and 5 iron ingot ores. I mean, we knew that iron was going to be the bane of our existence, but that's why we are cooking up all the stone that we can get. And cooking it up too. Right, so you are nice and full with stone again. You still have a couple of iron ingot... iron fragments. Not iron ingot fragments, but iron fragments. Let's cook all 3 up here. All right, so we need to wait for 1 of those ingots in order to finish off our clothing rack. And we need 2 plastic. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think you guys are going to be in here. There. Wrong gamble, but there is some more iron fragments. Get you up in there. And we have some more screws as well, which is good because we were still lacking 2. And I did not really feel like having to use my ingots there. Okay, so we need 2 plastics. Oi, Mike. All right, so there's more iron fragments here. There we have the plastic. Good. Okay, so we need 1 more iron ingot, which should be ready by about now. Almost. Then how much do we have in here? Okay, so let's have a look what we get out of here with. We might actually just about match all of them up. Because we've got 2 fragments here. I think it's going to do it. All right, there we go. They're all done. And we are 1 shy. 1 piece of iron shy of having a nice stack. Okay, well, that is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to go and smelt a singular stone just to get them to match up. But eventually, we're going to get to a stage where they are going to be matching up. At least I hope. And then we're just going to go do the full forges. And only once we have enough iron fragments for a full forge is when we're going to be running it. All right, Froggy Frog, I saw you. There we go. Sorry about that, but I am hungry. And I wanted to do that earlier because my protein is already getting lower and lower. So we eat you again. Now, that's going to drain our water a little bit, but that's kind of okay. There we go. And then the rest of you guys can go in here. And I still have 2 full boxes of stone up there. And this clown was looking to find himself stone. All right. All good. All good. I do have iron ingots on me, I think. So let's... There we go. Finish you off. And now we can take our pants out of the box. All right. Now, I have a little bit of water. Let's drink you. And... let's use you as a dumping ground. Because I saw a mini-boss running around. And I turned them back on for this episode. Just because I could. Alright, that is you. There we go, that is you. And... alright, so that was a bad idea. I think 1 or 2 more. Jump on me. Oh, wow. He did take us out. Then again, I said, let's do something stupid. All right, we respawned. We lost 1 of our hit points. There we go. Now, that is also going to definitely help us. Oh, no. That is not good. And that is not cool either. Really? He respawns? Well, no, he stays. I thought he would despawn. All right, so spear in hand. Let's deal with that clown. There we go. At least give me something good. Really, one piece of plastic? That was not worth it. All right, so this is kind of the reason why I turned him off, because in my opinion, he's a little bit OP. We cannot stun lock him like we can do with the normal Vambies, which I understand. But then on the other side, it is also nearly impossible. Wow. It is nearly impossible to take him on. He has so many hit points. So yeah, I might revisit that. So there is no spear drop. I need to keep that in mind. Now he's going to run away with it though, isn't he? Well, I mean, if I manage to hit him for once. Yep, there we go. He's got my spear. Come back here. Give me my spear. Oh, my stamina's cooked. All right. I think he bled out. Yeah, he did. I was going to say, I think he has bleeding damage, so he might actually bleed out at some point. All right, now we're slowly crawling our way there. And the problem now is that we're quite a bit away from base. And I mean, yes, we are close by, but when this is the speed that we have, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to go ahead and pick up our cart in order to pick up the deer, because the deer and the raccoon is actually going to give us a decent amount of meat. We can chuck it all on our drying racks again. That's going to be really, really good. So at least we've got some meat to go through the winter. And then after that, we want to go and pick up the boxes, and we want to go on a nice fishing trip. Not so much for the biofuel this time, but this time actually in order to have food. All right, so made it back. Got the deer here on the table, and let's butcher you. There we go. Cover ourselves nicely in blood, but that's kind of okay. I am encumbered now, though. Can I reach you? I can. There we go. You take both of those, because all I care about at the moment is exactly you guys. Now, I have a couple of hooks on here, so let's get all of the meat nicely on there. Look at that. That's going to give us a nice and decent stack of dried meat to get us through the winter. There we go. And let's take this one. Now, you can come back off because you are dried. And while we're at it, let's nom nom. There we go. Now we are very, very thirsty again. And we have nothing to drink left. Of course we don't, because that still is the biggest problem. Now, I still think that the guesses from last time, because we have extractors 1, 2, and 3. I think we need to have 1, 2, and 3, potentially 4. I think when we've got those 4 covered, we've got at least what we need for now. So I'm thinking about moving this one up into here, but I'm going to check to make sure that this time we actually going to have the aluminum mine, because I really need aluminum ore. The aluminum ore is going to give me the bigger flask. I can make 2 of those. I can carry 2 of those with me, and then we're pretty much good and golden when it comes to actual water consumption and bringing it with us when we are on a longer trip. Now, we are definitely crying here from dehydration. I've got 4 hit points left, so please cook it up fast. I've got 4 points of water left, and while we're at it, let's quickly go in and wash our hands. There we go, because otherwise we're going to end up giving ourselves food poisoning, and as we discussed in the last episodes, that's going to be bad for everybody. All right, and with the clothing rack now ready, we can actually go here, and there we go. Put our pants right there. Now, I can take these off, but since we are still working outside for the remainder of the day, pretty much, we're going to keep them on, because otherwise we're going to get cold, and that's going to be a different problem once again. Let's take everything out of you. You are empty already. You do have the space for the bones. Now, I think I have some more animal hide sticking around here. There we go. That is now 2. Very good. Give me my spear back. You smart cookie. Well, kind of. Oh, yeah, we've done this one before. All right, so I now have 2 dead raccoons once again. So going to pick those ones up as well. Let's get to butchering those ones and cook a little bit of meat. And yeah, here we have the other one. Let's pick you up from here. There we go. And drop you right there. Can we pick you up? Yes, we can. There we go. Look at that. See, that one was relatively easy. Now let's get our axe in hand. Not like that, you clown. There we go. That's butchering an animal. All right, so that's going to give us another amount of dry... Well, it's another amount of meat. Now, we've got 2 livers. We need 1 in order to keep Charlie Chaplin there that is sitting in the box, in a cart, to keep him happy. How long do I have before they spoil? It's only half an hour. So, yeah, that's definitely not going to be good enough. In that case, I might as well pick them up. There we go. And just chuck them here on the campfire, just to make sure that we cook them and we can consume them, because they are going to be pretty good for a lot of things. I could not put anything there because we still had a frog flying around there, and I gave myself food poisoning because I am an absolute idiot and I didn't wash my hands first. Now, magically, I don't know how that works, but food poisoning, you cure it by eating a raw egg. All right, wash your hands. There we go, problem solved. Got an empty cart. Let's go and pick up the other dead raccoon. And let's also get the meat and the liver and everything from him. All right, so they are all butchered. Now, this is taking a little bit of time to dry, but we still have some time. So I'm going to be chucking the raw raccoon in here. There we go. Now, how we're looking, proteins are good. We're pretty much good on everything except our energy a little bit, but that's kind of okay. Let's get you then on here. Let's get you on here. Now, you are going to be my dumping grounds for this round. There we go. Got everything else on us. Let's go and get ourselves ready to go for a fishing trip. And to go for a fishing trip, yeah, I only have 1 spear that is halfway done already. So, how are you? You're a stone spear, but you still have 80 health. So, those 2 should be more than enough to get me going in order for the fishing. All right, let me head to the fishing lake. It is just after 1 o'clock, so I don't think the fishes went to sleep yet. So let's empty out the entire lake. All right, here we have our little shelter where we produced ourselves some fresh water last time around. Let's wash our hands before we forget that again and give ourselves more food poisoning. And I also want to have a look. Yeah, because we have a little bit of clean water, so let's drink you. There we go. And let's add in the water. There we go. And let's get ourselves a little bit of water cooking again. Although I'm going to have to put some wood in there as well. All right, so harvested one of the logs that we have around there. There we go. Just took the 1 piece of firewood because I don't really want to overstock it either. And now let's get you as close as we need. There we go. Because this is the deep area. That's where we're going to find our fishies. Okay, so now we remember from last times, those ones, the fat ones are the bluegills. They are not worth it. Get some fresh air. There we go. There we go. Now, that is the trout. We like the trout. That's a stupid bird. And that is another trout. You are tuna or trout as well. Let's have a look. No, you were a tuna. All right, that's good. We have a little bit space for a little bit more. Yeah, you fishy, 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 come here. Mere fishy. There we go. Told you to come here. Just listen, it wouldn't have had to be the painful way, but... yeah, that is... Sorry about that, bluegill. Bloop. Or I might actually... You know, since I killed you already... There we go. Now, I'm not going to be carrying you around, but what I will do is I will harvest you guys. And I will take the fish meat that I get from you, and I will take that back. Now, my preferred one is, I think, the trout. I think that gives me the best ratio of inventory space. Oh, I'm dropping the dead fish at the bottom of the ocean. That does not add up with how dead fish work. They usually start to float. All right, there we go. So I will chuck you on the floor, chuck you on the floor. Both of you can go in there. Then we'll harvest you, and we'll harvest you. Now, the reason why we harvest it is because they just give us one piece of raw fish, and they take more in inventory space, so it doesn't really make sense in order to carry them around. All right, now let me go and get all the boxes full. Let me first find all my dead fish. There's another 2. There we go. All right, let me go and fill up the boxes and not drown, please. So yeah, I am pretty sure that I broke something in the game because I have flying fish here on my spear. Yay, flying fish. But if I put you away and if I take the other one... Oh no, there's more. More flying fish. Yeah, and the actual swimming fish are... There. I'm distracted by the other ones. I don't know. Here's a fish. Can I catch you? All right, so yes, I could catch you. There we go. That's another one inside our pocket. I still have more flying fish. That is what it is. How are we? And I also have a frog now. And the flying fish even drop shadows. Wow. Okay, so we've got 2 more tunas, which means my tuna box is full. And I have space for 1, 2, 3, I think 3 or 4 more trout. All right, so except for the imaginary fish, the pond is pretty much empty. And my boxes are absolutely filled to the brim with fishy fishies. So I'm going to be throwing you on the floor. There we go, let's harvest you. How are we looking when it comes to our food inventory? We've got a few of them. We want to pick one more fish. Clearly we did. Because he volunteered. I said it and he just jumped out. Wow, for a second I thought somebody was sitting here. And it looked like somebody that was infected. But all right, let's drink you. There we go. Let's get this nice and full again with water. And then we'll leave a little bit of water behind just for our next visit. And I shall drop you. And I want to know... All right, so I've got 1 slot empty there at the moment. Harvest you. So you give me 3 pieces. And you definitely take up more space than that. Because you give... I think you take 3 boxes. And you give 2. Okay. All right, so, but that's it for here. I'm going to go and head back to base. I'm headed to base. I am headed to base. I'm going to head back to base. Let's get this fish all the way down there. Let's have a look on a drying rack. Let's get the meat swapped over there. Just to make sure that we are well set for when it comes for food. And we also might want to build an additional water basin or 2. Just to make sure that we also have sufficient water before things freeze over. Because silly enough, the water basin needs to stay outside. But it does not freeze over. All right, there we go. So we've got ourselves the 2 nice boxes full. Now, I think all of this is right. It is. There we go. All right, now we've got the wild fish box and we've got the spoiler full of tuna. That's a lot of fish that we need to go and harvest eventually, but not right now. Let's get all of you guys there. There we go. Good. All right, so yeah, it's a lot of household that we have for today, but it is important. Now I see a pumpkin out there, and that kind of is asking for it. You are the watermelon, you are the pumpkin crate. I'm gonna say I'm sure I saw a pumpkin out here. I also see a clown out here. All right, just a stone spear. But we did take him down. Beautiful. What did we get? Yippee-yay, more clay. All right, not really what we were after, but all right, it is what it is. Now, I did not see any other pumpkins. Then again, it didn't come from this side. Yes, I know, I can turn off the foliage. Turning off the foliage does allow me to see a lot better what is out there, but it actually starts to freeze over. It is December, it is winter. Wow. And look at how fast that hit. It hit us in -3, which also means we finished our fishing right on time. Because the lake will be water now. But very, very soon the lake is going to be frozen over. And of course, a frozen lake, we can fish, but there's no ice fishing. All right, so let me show you what the coal heater is for, and that's why we brought Mike in it. More of giving ourselves the idea, but On the right top corner, see right there, we can see it is currently minus 3.3 degrees Celsius in here. I'm going to chuck the coal in here and light you up. There we go. And there we go. Poof. It is a nice 23 degrees. And we can actually take off our jacket and our pants here. And if I want to, I can put on my cargo pants again. There we go. Now, I don't have my bed in here yet, but we are tired. And then we'll see how fast it goes. Look at that. Yeah, it is straight away very, very cold. Soon I'm going to get a warning that I'm going to be cold. So I want to get back inside, close the door, please. But of course I cannot close the door because I'm carrying a bed. All right, there we go. Let's chuck you down. There we go. And time for a nap. Okay, guys, but that's also going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please do remember to hit the like button. Of course, if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Now, in the next episode, because it is winter, and we woke up very, very early, but look at that, the lake is fully frozen over. Because it is winter, there's not a whole lot that we can do when it comes to the hunting, the fishing, and all that. I do want to do a little bit of building. I really want to go and get this thing done in the next episode, so we actually have a place where we can fit ourselves Mike his buildings, because there's 2 buildings that we need to build for him, which is here in the place, suppose the NPC buildings. So we have the town hall and we have the NPC house, which is going to be Mike's house. Now that I want on the first floor right above us. So we're going to give him his own little floor. And let's put you there. There we go. Turn you on. At least we have a little bit of light here. And Mikey, you still okay, buddy? I mean, you look a little bit worse for wear, but... So, that's going to be it for now. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next one.